Hey friends, welcome to this week's video. You're probably going to see this on Christmas, so happy holidays to everyone. But before we start this, I need to do something first.
A few moments later.
So yeah, we're clean shaven. And there's a reason for this, but we'll get into it later in this video. For now, bear with me. But before we start, I do want to say that I am using a new kind of audio setup, so I'm not exactly sure how it sounds. My parents got me an H6N to help with my podcasts and running, gunning around the city. And my sister got me a complimentary gift of the Lawton Audio LA220 to sort of help with my audio quality issues. So I'm not exactly sure how this sounds, and I haven't tested them all fully, so I'm not sure how to configure this all perfectly. But let me know how it sounds throughout the video so I know if you guys are appreciating the sound quality. So as we get into what we're going to review, we're going to review that little thing that's over my shoulder in the Nest Audio. I keep wanting to say Google Audio because I have a Google Home, but this little speaker is something I got recently. And Google, hey Google, say hi.
Hi there.
Yeah, so that's my new addition to my room. Originally I had a Google Home, as well as a lot of other Google products in my house, but the Google Home was my assistant in my room. But I did have to move it outside into the living room because we did get a Vizio soundbar that is adaptable with the Google Assistant. So to do that, we used a little Bluetooth connection there, but we needed a Google speaker out there. And if I was getting a new one, I might as well have got a new one for my home or my room and then put, the generic older one in the living room for everyone to use. So yeah, I'm very familiar with the Google ecosystem in terms of their smart home stuff. And I have a lot of their products, including the OG Google Home, as well as the Nest Wi-Fi. So a lot of this stuff will work together. So this will be a nice addition. But yeah, I think that we're going to just check over the specs, go over the sound quality, and compare all of these things together, and hopefully get a perspective of what I feel about it. But let's start off with the specifications. I opted for Sage due to my affinity towards greens, but the Nest Audio comes in a variety of colors, all nicely muted to blend with your room and not be too obvious. To keep with their sustainable goals, Google built the speaker using 70% recycled plastic plus aluminum and magnesium. This time around, the assistant speaker comes fully wrapped in a cloth that is also made from 100% recycled bottles. Google offers the ability to recycle these old units, so as they get old, you can recycle them for free. So if you're into sustainability, this might jive with you. The bottom of the device is covered in a silicone that helps prevent slipping and ensures secure placement, while the back has the mute switch. The mute switch is ideal if you don't want to use voice controls or if you're on a work call and don't want the speaker listening in. Overall, I think Google built the speaker extremely solid, and this is heavier than you'd expect. Definitely has some chunk to it. The only downside that people may have is that the power cord is only 6 feet long. This shouldn't be a problem for most, but is limiting for people who have limited outlets or want to place the speaker at a higher point. For me, it barely had enough cable for the placement that I chose. In terms of onboard controls, the Nest Audio retains the capacitive controls from the Google Home, but slightly more responsive despite being hidden behind the fabric. You can play, pause, increase and decrease volume using the 3 touch areas at the top of the device. The speaker is equipped with Wi-Fi AC, Bluetooth 5.0, Chromecast, and 3 microphones. This allows it not only to connect with your home network, but also interface with your home theater systems via Bluetooth and also your monitors via Chromecast. The 3 mics allow the Nest to hear your voice from across the room and even over music. In my testing, I really haven't had any issues with Google not hearing me or any sort of misfires from the speaker. So overall, I think that the performance is extremely solid for these microphones and that they will pick up your voice no problem. The speaker can be set up and controlled via the Google Home app. It's a quick 5 to 10 minute process that'll get you all synced up with your smart home network. Once set up, you will have the ability to control the volume and even the bass and treble levels of the speaker. I tend to tune the bass a little bit down because it does boom pretty well, and I want the vocals to shine and not be overpowered by the bass. Outside of pure audio, you can also configure the speaker's name, placement, voice match, paired devices, and more via the option menu. Lastly, you can control the casting from this app, but my guess is you'll probably use your music or video apps such as Spotify or YouTube to control that instead. Now onto the most important part regarding sound. I'll set up a couple songs and test my OG Google Home and my Nest Wi-Fi access points against the Nest Audio speaker and see what y'all think of the quality. To my ears, the Nest Audio is obviously superior with better separation of sounds and instruments, as well as greater depth. In comparison, the OG Google Home is a ton more muddy and just congested sounding, while the Nest Audio is surprisingly clear, just a little bit hollow in terms of character. I never really found it getting harsh, but there's a noticeable lack of low end to it. The Nest Audio not only sounds richer, but it also carries sounds a lot better, and has less tendency to distort at high volumes. The ability to fundamentally tune the EQ will also help owners get the sound that they are looking for. All in all, I think Google is doing a great job here of being consistent and giving a decent amount of bump to make it worth the while to test out their new smart speakers. It's not a huge departure from where we started with the Google Home. However, they've added some features that really will appeal to people that are trying to expand upon their smart homes. So the speaker is obviously a much better quality. It provides a lot more depth and low end so that this can be used as a speaker and it doesn't have that sort of hollow sound or that muddy sound, that there's less compromise and that it can really drive your smart home experience. The other additions here are just making the controls more intuitive, making the controls easier to access, as well as making them more responsive. I think that in terms of the overall response from the microphones, those are pretty much the same, but again, for me, in terms of all of the different assistants I've tried, Google is the best in terms of being able to respond, the variety of responses, and speed of answers. So in terms of that, I do believe that they are leading the edge in this, while other competitors have caught up, provide their own offerings. Google still leads the head in terms of a smart speaker, for me at least. The other additions that are nice here is that they really tried to focus on the home aspect. Wrapping that thing in cloth really gives them a lot more options in terms of how you can style this thing, and I think the soft palette tones, like the pastel colors, we can really complement the palette of your room, and so it really just blends in and it doesn't seem like a piece of technology in your house. It's very warm and inviting and very complimenting. So I think that has been a really good addition that they've done here. Overall, it's just very well thought out, and at a $99 price point, it's pretty reasonable. And it does offer a lot of features and a lot of power, especially if you have a smart home. This can definitely be your central hub for that and controlling everything via your voice commands and things like that. So to me, it's an easy recommendation. It's pretty easy to say that you probably won't have many issues with this, and it's a low risk thing to try. So if you do have a smart home or you're looking to start building your things, I think this is a good starting point. Anyway, I appreciate all of you guys' engagement over the last holiday season or this last few weeks. It's been accelerating pretty great. Subscribers are coming in pretty regularly, and I'm liking that I'm starting to see a lot more regulars in the comments and in the responses and like DMs and stuff like that. It's really cool being able to point your guys' faces out and then remembering those conversations and understanding what you guys like, what tech you guys have, what questions you had. So it's really cool to like get a little bit closer to the community here. And anyway, I was gonna wrap this up, but I just remembered in the beginning of the video I said this. So yeah, we're clean shaven. And there's a reason for this, but we'll get into it later in this video. For now, bear with me. So the reason why I shaved and got all cleaned up for this video is because I needed to prove a point. It wasn't just to make you guys some content so that you can watch. I had a personal reason to make this video, and it's because I have a friend who has a Nest Audio device and has been sitting in its box for gotta be over a month at this point. And the whole reason why she says that she hasn't set it up is because it's too much of a hassle. And I don't know if you've seen in this video, but it takes like 0 time to get that up and running. So to really prove the point on this one, I decided to get my own Nest Audio device and set it up.
I have never been this passionate about someone else's
device.
I have tried. I am trying. And now I am done trying!
So in the time that she has not set it up, I have ordered this device. I have had it shipped to me. I have had it delayed, had it finally received, set it up, unboxed it, reviewed it for a week, shot this video in review for it, edited the video, eventually upload the video, and I've even shaven. In all the time that has not been set up. I set up my own. So I'm just basically using this video to flex and say that basically
I'm better than you, my shape up better, my car faster, my drip better, my clothes fit better, I talk better than you, I hustle better, I can get $1 quicker than you, I talk better, I walk better, my shoes fit me better, I get paid more than you, my crew with me.
So roasting aside, I do hope that you guys have a wonderful holiday season and that you've been blessed to be around your friends and family during this time. It's been a really hard 2020, obviously, to see everybody and be around there and vacation with people and just, be in proximity to anyone. So I think if you do have the luxury about being around them, please make sure that you are making those moments, making those memories, and really showing them that you love them, because obviously everyone has been deprived of that all year. And I think that, getting all that time in right before the new year will be just really good for the energy going into 2021. I think we all want that to be tremendously better than we've had this year. And in terms of my 2021 towards you guys, I'll still keep getting you content. Again, hopefully I can get you another video by the end of the year. It just really depends on all these packages coming through, but I will try if I get something in time. Otherwise, I will see you guys in the new year with new stuff, new videos, new content. So again, if you are new here, definitely consider liking, subscribing, commenting, doing all the things that you normally do on a video that you like and love. And if you're returning, thank you guys for keeping with me in 2020. You've been great in terms of making this channel much bigger than I expected. And I'll see you guys again in 2021, maybe sooner. But anyways, as always, I appreciate you guys. Peace. Merry Christmas.
I hope you do believe me. I'll give you my heart.